What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. This is the Stay Free Show, and I'm here with my brother Genesis, aka the Righteous Genius, man.
Righteous Genius. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. In case you ain't know me and my brother, you see me a lot of times, but bro is like silently in the background helping me, create and orchestrate different things. I always want to say thank you before we get to any of the conversation on any of the streams and say thank y'all, man. We've consistently reached over 100 million views across all platforms over and over again since February. And we're doing it with positive content where we're educating people. We're not glorifying, but we're speaking about prison. We're speaking about mental health. We're speaking about other things. This is also the reminder that if y'all got questions, bring the questions. This is a place where we engage in conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, bro, go chime in. What we talking about today? Because I'm gonna pull up this.
We talk about staying free, but a lot of times people don't talk about what do you do before you get free. What are you doing there that's gonna help you to succeed out here? Although you're not gonna know exactly every hurdle or every struggle that you're gonna be met with, but what are you doing in there that will help you to succeed? So I'm gonna ask you, Chris, what are some things that you was doing to prepare yourself to come out here to succeed?
Um, Things that I did to prepare myself to come home after what was it, 17 years, 16 years, 11 months, 17 years of prison. I want to say this, right? Like, my journey was a little bit different than a lot of my brothers and sisters coming home from prison. But what I want to say off top is I didn't wait. Also, I didn't wait to start getting ready to go home, no matter what. But also, um, I didn't put the responsibility of the prison that I was in for them to rehabilitate me.
Elaborate on that. Details.
Yeah, so details, right? I want to be really clear and I want people to just follow me on this, right? There was a big situation when the government shut down and there was a cut on food stamps.
Right.
Without a shadow of a doubt, people need food stamps. I work outreach. You with me? We out here. We trying to feed people. People need resources. People are in need. People fall on hard times. All that. But for some people, right? They become they rely on that no matter what. There's no thought process of being able to operate or live a life without that. I'm not going to call it a crutch. For some it is a need. But there are some people that they don't have to keep using that resource and would be better off if they didn't.
Say something.
Sure.
All right, so I get what you're saying because it was a situation that I was on Nottoway.
Wow,
And
crazy.
a guy he had to go to school. So, the officers would kind of shake your door to wake you up to go to school.
Yeah.
So this young brother, man, he in the park, he going belligerent. He yelling. I'm like, yo, man, what's your problem? And he yelled out there, he said, yo, the OB in the booth didn't wake me up for school. So I'm looking at him, right? I'm like, what you mean? I missed school today and got kicked out. This is his words.
Right.
I missed school today and got kicked out because she didn't wake me up.
Because she didn't wake me up. Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
What I started recognizing that was coming from us was somebody had to constantly tell us about what we had to do throughout the day. And if no one told us, that would be the exact same thing we would say, ain't nobody tell me.
Right.
Well, ain't nobody tell me. So
John Romano, I see you.
So I had for myself as well.
We was in VA, Alex.
I needed to get out that mentality of the officer got to tell me every time something needs to be done. I'm not sure if you recognize it now, but it's been places that they had master pass lists.
Yeah, no question.
What I would do is
tell people what a master pass list was.
A master pass list is there's a list that come out every morning
in prison.
And I think it come out in the evening as well.
Mm-hmm. Every shift change,
right.
Whenever there's movement outside the block.
It tells the officer wherever you're supposed to be at. So let's say if you got medical this morning at 8:30, it would say that right there on the master pass list. And some institutions, the officer would kind of walk around and would say, hey, you know you got this at 8 o'clock, or you know you got this at 10 o'clock. What I would do is I would go up to the booth and say, can I see the master pass list? Some officers, no. So I asked them, hey, can you tell me what I got going on for today? Am I on the list? And they'll tell me, and I take that responsibilities out of their hands. So now I don't say, ain't nobody tell me. I'm going to go up there and find out myself. That's some of the type of things that individuals, they kept putting on the officers. So now you just sitting around waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. You had to get out that mindset, and that's becoming free before you get free.
No question. Yeah, I appreciate everybody liking the live right now, man. If you've been impacted by prison, if you coming home from prison, this conversation for you. If you got a loved one coming home from prison and you trying to understand what's going on, so Italiano, I'll give you some attention real quick. If you think it's boring, that's cool. Probably a good thing, because that means you don't live the type of life that we ever once did, to be honest with you. And I'm glad that it's boring to you. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yes.
Like I ain't even gonna lie.
Let it stay boring.
Yeah, let it stay boring. That's what's up. Everybody else, man, we appreciate you. Stick around in the chat though, man. We welcome everybody and anybody, man. Michael, I appreciate that. Somebody asked the question. Well, let me go back in this before I get into that next question. So I didn't wait for nobody, like we're speaking about, to basically be responsible for me getting better. When you go to prison, it's full of high level of trauma, high level, right? And for me, anytime I have an opportunity to use my platform, be a voice, I'm going to continue to speak about mental health and why a lot of people are coming home from prison and they not right and they end up going right back. You can always tell the individuals that aren't right, having processed trauma, when they literally they don't care about their freedom, and they already been on the inside, especially there. You understand what I'm saying? So one thing I proactively did, I tried to come up with a plan and support for my mental health. I was really vocal with that when it came to my wife. I got married in the visitation room at prison about 6 months before I went home. We just celebrated 6 years, and got a son. But I knew I had to focus on that. The next thing I did to prepare to come home, and this is important to anybody that's in a relationship with somebody that's locked up, or if you locked up and you in a relationship with somebody that's free. Anytime you connected with somebody, we got to make sure, right, that you connecting to them with purpose. I don't care if it's your homeboy, homegirl, cousin, whatever. I'm at the age, I'm not hanging out just to hang out, and especially when it comes to my partner, right? So my wife, I respected how she was grinding in this world, how she was responsible with certain things. And one of the decisions she made was to help prepare me financially, and she made me a cosign on her. I like this guy. Made me a cosign on her credit. Authorized user.
Me too.
I came home with a credit score of 700. Somebody said, how do you get out of bad credit? That's one way too far. I'm glad it's helping, man.
I didn't have no credit at all.
Yeah, I didn't have any credit.
That's how I built it. But she did the same thing for me. She had actually put me on, I think, 2 or 3 of her cards as an authorized user. I had no idea what that was, but if going that route with somebody that's responsible, you can really build your credit up that way.
No question.
You can really build it up that way.
Because here's the thing, right? Like, when you coming home from prison, the error, like the room for error is slim. And you already feel rushed. You feel like there's a deadline with everything because the PO's on you. Yo, you got to get a job. And you should want to get a job. Your family, whatever. You trying to build your foundation. And a lot of people that go to prison, when they come home, they don't have nothing. And that's not a knock towards. I didn't have nothing but $1,000 to my name. Luckily, we had a house.
You had that?
We had a house. And I had $1,000. $1,000 was gone in one day because the circuit breaker or something blew in the house. But that was about it. But the other thing I did, I prepared myself on a financial aspect. I see some guys, when they getting ready to come home, they want to spend $5,000. They want to like put out this image of a rapper or something they first day out. Like when T Grizzly dropped that first day out thing, I think he did something, honestly, to the culture of people coming home from prison. because now, and this is coming from somebody that did 17, bro, did over a dub. I don't believe people should be celebrated when they come home from prison. I believe families should be relieved, right? I feel like that person should be relieved, but not celebrated.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, what's funny is when I came home, I paid attention to people, how they interacted with me. And everybody that I knew, it was like they was happy to see me, which that's cool. And they was celebrating. But as soon as
no, I'm reading the comments too.
As soon as I started a business, clothing line, it's like you gave me more support for doing 23 years. Now I'm sitting here trying to get my life together.
Oh, no question.
I have no support whatsoever. Well, I'm not. Hold up.
Yeah, I
can't say with no support.
Yeah,
because every person that that really know me, they do support me, but not in the way in which I felt like when I was coming home. Like if I see somebody, I see I did 23 years. Oh man, congratulations! I said, man, I messed my life up.
Yeah, but
that's how I felt.
But people,
you congratulate me for messing my life up.
And I just want to say this: I get it. Like when I came home, you a hypocrite, Chris. All right, cool. I celebrated when I came home, but it wasn't like that. Like I wasn't like we went to McDonald's and got a coffee. You understand what I'm saying? We ate a home cooked meal at the house. I had Walmart on. Ain't nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to walk out to prison with the Gucci belt and the whatever loafers and all that. I done seen it. Dudes got.
I see somebody coming with a stretch limo. I'm like,
second lap. See you.
Oh yeah, what's going on, brother?
Quick question. What was the hardest? This is from Nick Logic. I see you, man. He says, what was the hardest thing to get used to when getting out? How long were you locked up again?
23. So he was asking me that?
He asking us.
Okay, the hardest thing, I think, man, adjusting to the people, how people think and what people are nowadays. It was kind of hard for me to adjust to that because it was almost saying, I felt like every time I said something, I was saying the wrong thing. So I kept finding myself trying to figure out how to ask questions because it seemed like everybody was getting offended. Then somebody once told me, man, why are you so aggressive? And I'm like, damn, am I actually aggressive? So, and in some sense, I really was. My approach to people was really aggressive and how I talk to people was really aggressive. So I had to, tone that down a little bit.
Listen. One of the biggest things that we struggle with, especially the men that come home from prison, personal experience, and for me, mentoring, working with people in reentry, etc., is the way we communicate. We're in prison where it's most of the time hostile or can be hostile environment. A lot of testosterone. People conditionally and consistently communicate in an aggressive, if you tone it down a little bit, an assertive way, because respect is at the forefront. So if I'm communicating this way over and over and over again, year 1, year 2, year 3, and then I come home and I think because I walked out the magic cell door that all of a sudden all that conditioning is going to be gone, we got problems. Because the biggest thing I hear, and you just said it, I still hear it nowadays when I'm working with men. My family think I'm tripping. They have a problem with the way I speak. I tell them that's just the way I speak. No, that is the way you speak, but that's not the way you should or can. You've just been conditioned because of that environment. It's very abnormal. I almost lost my marriage. I didn't know how to talk to my own wife, and it wasn't necessarily. Well, I had PTSD moments. We're gonna be fully transparent because I didn't whatever. Thank God for therapy and treatment, all that, and years later. But it was just the overall tone of my speech. It's just the way she would constantly say to me early on. It's back in 2020 when I first came home. 2020, I'm your wife. I'm a woman. She would have to say that to me. I'm looking at her. I know she. But what she was telling me was, hey, can you stop talking like we on a yard? And there was a couple of times she said, can you stop talking like we on a prison yard? So communication is, man. I see y'all, man. Papa, man, you was funny. What age were you incarcerated? I got locked up at 19. You Travis Steve's, your spades game is not nice. You're not. I had to see you on the table to see what's good with that bid whiz spades, pinochle.
We could do a virtual game.
Yeah, we can do it all, man.
Slamming on the table and all.
Second lap said he was in Goodwill. I ain't gonna lie, I still do Goodwill to this day.
Me too.
I still do Goodwill to this
I
day.
ain't tripping, man.
I found a pair of Balenciagas, all black Jones, 44s, and some J's at Goodwill for like $20 a piece.
I knew when I came home. Listen, I came home and I had to go to
Miss Joy. Appreciate you.
My PO office was in Lawrenceville, so I took the Uber all the way to Lawrenceville. And on my way, I just wanted to walk.
Stay free, y'all.
Wanted to walk, and I met this gentleman. Can't think his name, but I asked him a question like, which way was to the? I think I said McDonald's or the first fast food because I wanted to get something to eat.
Yeah.
So he said, "Look, man, I give you a ride." I was like, "All right, got a ride." He wanted to pay for my meal. I wouldn't let him pay for. We said, "Look, man, are you getting home?" I said, "I'm about to take a Uber." We said, "We trying to let me take you home because you're like a good person." I said, "Well, okay, we'll do that." But he said, "Can we stop past Goodwill?" I said, "Yeah."
Love Goodwill.
This guy, literally, man,
love Goodwill.
Would go to Goodwill and would find some of the best of everything.
I love thrifting.
Man, look, I go in there to this day. I got one around the corner from my house. Anything that I need, I come right in there and I get it. There's no shame in my game. I didn't do 23 years just to come out here to be a millionaire.
Nick Blodgett.
Not in that way.
No.
Not in that way.
Not at all. I'm going to be a millionaire from making smart financial decisions. That's it. I ain't trying to come out here and put out an image that I can't keep up with and all this. But I see Nick. Listen, man. Somebody said when I'm going to interview Banky Pound, probably never, to be honest with you. No harm and disrespect. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? If we ever cross paths, a lot of people ask me, we'll see. Great dude from what I see, but we shall see. I don't know. People keep asking. Anyways, LOL, the order screen at McDonald's got me crossed up all the way. My family ordered and then left me at the screen. And that was my first PTSD attack, anxiety attack, whatever it was. That I experienced day one, not even 2 hours out. I started sweating. It wasn't my family. They were excited. They just wanted to go wash their hands. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think that part.
No, they didn't think that.
No, and who could blame them?
Well, hey, look, I got a guy, man, that when he came home, his family didn't even think about, certain things. And what they did, man, is they actually went ahead and purchased the apartment for him, which was a good thing, but he had no transportation and he had no job. And it was coming up for the time for him to go ahead and
That's
pay
what's
the
up,
rent.
Papa Man.
To pay the rent. He didn't have it. So he had to scramble. And I guess in their mind, it was like, well, I guess he got it. But you just took him from being in prison into an apartment and expected him to have that money. The first thing you should have got him was a job.
It is XZY. It is XZY. I'm still responding to comments.
Okay, no.
We're getting used to this.
Yeah.
You'll probably see this once a week. We're getting used to this. You probably see it more than because we can do the virtual, doing all types of stuff. So if you hear me blurting stuff out, don't mind me.
Are you watching the comments right now? But
we everywhere. We got 17 screens up right now.
He is not joking.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's close to that.
We got 4 plus. We could throw 2 more on, but anyway.
So look, stay free. Listen, staying free. I'm gonna tell you what I thought about before I even came home. I was watching people take things home with them, and one guy took his TV home with him. Everyone joking him as he walking out. I'm just watching it. Mm-hmm. Another guy took home a bag of shebangs. I don't know if y'all understand what shebangs is, like chips, shebangs. Really good.
Yeah.
You can crush them up and put them inside your soups and stuff. But
I got some over there.
All right, let me get a bag.
They in the closet.
You ain't charging me 2 for 1, are you?
That's a lock. Matter of fact, 3 for 1.
Should I get that 2 for 1?
Should Jen get the 2 for 1? Shebangs. That's the question of the day.
Or should I bucket them when it's time to go to the store?
Lord. Anyway.
So look, what happened was I was seeing people take some things home with them. And my concern was, I thought about me. I said, well, I see this guy taking the TV home with him. This other guy taking some chips home with him. And everyone's laughing, but I took it serious. I'm like, none of those things that they're taking home with them will bring them back. I'm seeing some guys that's going home taking some very bad habits with them. I mean, we can name a list of them. There's very, very bad habits you're taking home with you. But ain't nobody joking you about that. You got a bad habit of stealing in here.
Tordanthus, message me. We got you on the Stay Free hoodies.
You got a bad habit of, I'm gonna tell you one of my things that I actually brought home with me. Not locking doors. That sounds crazy, but I wasn't used to shutting the door behind
Slim,
me
what up?
because they shutting the doors themselves. The doors shutting themselves. So I'm not used to shutting them and locking doors.
I got 2 soups for a shot.
You got 2 soups for a shot.
I got the Keefe over there. We got the bags of Keefe, man. It's Keefe, not Kifi, Alex G. We see you.
Ship them soups this way.
Somebody said, have I tried Waymo cars in Atlanta? I rode one in Los Angeles, and I felt like I was in. They sent one to pick me up, and I felt like I was in Total Recall. And if y'all don't know what that movie is, that means you're still young, and that's okay.
No, man. I just experienced it downtown Atlanta. When I seen them, they wasn't driving themselves. They had people in the front seat. And I was like, what's these weird cars with all these things
no
around?
More.
Now, I was riding.
Claudia, appreciate you.
Won't nobody in the car. I'm like, whoa. Now, they picking people. They trying to pick people up. When they stop, people look at the car and it's like, nah, keep going. I haven't seen nobody in the back seat of them yet, though.
Oh, that's what I was.
I haven't seen them yet.
I was in the back. You get in the back and you hope the doors don't lock and they don't drive you nowhere you don't want to go. Listen, when I got locked up, technology.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody has been locked up and you were locked up for longer than 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you've seen some massive shifts and gaps in technology. And what I want to tell anybody that's coming home right now, that this is the first year of Gen Beta. My son was born November 3rd, literally, a couple weeks ago. He is considered first tier Gen Beta. Tordanthus, I'm everywhere. And what that means is this generation of people from this time point right now up will never know a life without artificial intelligence. So what I want to tell y'all is another thing I did when I came home from prison, and bro can attest to this, is I learned social media. I learned computers. I learned technology. I still, to this day, I take me 30 minutes on average to learn. Now it's a little bit more geared towards things that I'm specifically working on, but no matter what, because it's so easy for me to gain and access information now. When I was in prison, I couldn't get to it like that. Not me, bro had all the phones. I was scared.
Dang, bro, you just put me out there.
It is what it is. Y'all call me what you want now. I'm a civilian.
Yo, he just played.
I don't care.
Hold up, man. Y'all just see what he did. Bro had all the phones.
I don't care. Nathan, it actually doesn't mean that this generation, there's no alphas, because I don't know what alpha, it just means that's just a term for it. But anyways, to all my people coming home, or not even if you've been home, when the internet came, there was a group of people that said, hey, yo, I'm going to learn the internet and keep going. And then there was a group of people that said, I ain't messing with that. And I'm not saying everybody from that one group wasn't able to be successful. But what I'm saying is those that gravitated towards the internet, especially in times like now, it's way easier to be successful. I don't care what industry, what you're doing. You need to be able to advertise yourself, your brand. You need to be, you can, and the internet, I don't go, but this is a time where you can really just create. We've never been in an age of existence where you can create and put something out there in the world. ASAP. So if you come home from prison, you should have plenty of things to say, plenty of things you done dreamed, thought about. It don't have to be prison content either.
But the thing about this is, who is actually explaining to individuals in there
man said what phone?
That they can be able to listen. What phone?
No, that comment about the phones over there.
Yeah, you see them put me out there, man.
Right.
But see, no one is really in there telling individuals what you can do once you release. Now, if somebody would have told me that I would be able to do what we're doing right now when I was in there, And hey, listen, when I'm telling you the stuff that I was already doing with phones, I would have came up here like way super advanced because a lot of people always ask me, how did you do 23 years and come out here and learn how to understand these gadgets and these apps? Because I was in there hiding up under the beds or hiding up under the covers, using Facebook, trying to learn how to do this and trying to learn how to do that. I literally was actually taking pictures of people and cropping them out, changing the backgrounds, and was charging them to do this so they could put it on Facebook. That's what I was doing. So while I was in there, I actually was learning because a brother spoke to me. He said, "Yo, Jen, how did you learn how to do this?" I said, "Well, y'all was playing with y'all phones. I was learning with mine." That's what I was doing. I was sitting here learning how to do that. I would Google everything. How you do this? How do you do that? How do you connect this? I would literally learn, and then I had actually got my hands on a USB. I had a USB.
See, second.
And I literally started writing books.
No phone time for sale, man. We ain't selling nothing.
Put that thing up. It's count time. So
Rich Flow, we see you, man. Free the guys, man.
I would educate myself on what was going on out here. So right now, some people, they don't know what they can actually do coming out here until they come out here and see it, because they'll be afraid of this. A lot of people are afraid of just getting in front of this camera and just start talking.
Right, but you weren't afraid to get in the streets and risk your freedom and your life. Listen, I get so fit. All right, look, I'm 42. Got grays. I don't shave every day. My teeth ain't pearly white. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm bald, right? Technically, I guess I'm not supposed to be able to do the things I'm doing on the internet. I guess. I don't know. I never believed that though, right? But anyways, I had some people that I'm cool with to this day. They be like, "Damn, bro, you tripping? You get on the internet, bro?"
Playing.
And I'm looking at them like, "You tripping? You not?
You not?"
Like this free opportunity right here. I don't know who gonna see me. I've been grinding, y'all, and you really don't ever hear me speak this way about the content and all that. But let me tell y'all something, man. I was able to have a conversation with Anthony Anderson, somebody I grew up watching in movies, because of the stuff I'm doing, because of social media and networking. Cam Newton, one of my favorite NFL quarterbacks of all time, is following me on the like that would never have happened unless, and that's just a few. You know what I'm saying? That's just a couple, and I'm not, listen, all I'm telling you is
just examples.
Just examples, because we be scared to do this type. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to get looked at. I put a wig on and turn my glasses every day. I don't care. Play about 17 characters just like Eddie Murphy did. People ain't even paying attention to what's going on. They think I'm just up here creating skits and acting. No, I'm on my way to Hollywood.
Like you playing.
Yeah, they think I'm playing. But the whole time they think I'm playing. In order for them to think I'm playing, what are they doing? They're watching my content. I need y'all to remember that. For everybody that's going to laugh at you for creating and putting something, in order for them to do that, they had to give you some of their time. And no matter what, they done inadvertently pushed your message further out into the algorithm because they sat around long enough to watch it and comment on it. But here's the other thing too. I don't care about none of that. I absolutely, once I did 17 years in prison, all I care about is staying free, and that's it. And waking, what does staying free to me mean in 2025 going to 20? I get to wake up every day.
And appreciate what you got in front of your face.
Right. Step one, I wake up, hold my son, change his diaper, feed him, pray, whatever I do. Boom. Step two, I get to do whatever I want to do, y'all. Literally.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
It's something that I say constantly, man. I say it constantly. That which is unseen counts for nothing. I can have a conversation. You can call me on the phone right now, and we'll have a conversation about life. And you can just say all the wisdom in the world. And the first thing I say, hey man, cut your phone on and tell the world that. Most of us won't do it.
No.
That which is unseen counts for nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, man, like you might be a type of person, and I was like that. I was the type of person I could sit and I could talk in front of like thousands of people. but I was so scared to get in front of this camera and say something.
Get on a prison yard, talk to the whole yard.
The whole yard, and then cut the camera on me like this.
Be on the second lap. I see you. Be on the prison yard. Talk to everybody selling a pair of sweatpants. I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying.
I done it.
I done did it too. Yeah. I'm out there. I'll do that, right? But like I'm telling y'all, the majority. I'm gonna get into this internet thing for anybody that don't know. It's like 95% consumers. It's like 5% producers. Because even those that want to create content and create a pathway for themselves, there's a couple of things going on. One, they don't want to go through the suffer period. Because
you have to.
You got to. Before, I ain't gonna say you can't go viral day one. You can. It's possible. Some people probably do it. But it took me about 3 years organically. I've never bought a view or did none. I don't do none of that. It's all organic, out the mud, every click, like, engagement, every time all that, right? And what I knew was over time, I was eventually going to hit that mark where I was going to start to get free. I won't have to suffer. We're going to have to grind. But eventually, I'm going to be able to do just like I see them other people on the internet doing. Because if I see you doing it, I know I can do it. Not because I'm better than you, but because we the same.
Because I see it's possible.
Yeah, we the same. You do this like me, I'm up. So,
but it's gonna take you some. It's gonna take you some work.
That's what I'm getting to.
It's gonna take you some work.
People. One, they try to create content or they try to build whatever it is, and they're not even in love with it. See, it was easy for me.
They're in love with the money.
They in love with the money. They want that. It's easy for me to get up here every single day. It was easy. I did it every single day without any type of recognition, 10 views, nobody's whatever, because I loved doing it. I love being a voice for people that were incarcerated. I love speaking about certain. So I didn't get caught up in that. Now, right?
Oh yeah.
So people won't suffer through that. I see you, Taranthus. People won't suffer through the waiting part, the grinding part. They want the instant results, right? And then the other thing is, you got to know where you want to go with it.
Yeah, you do. Because you really can't be, what you used to call it, you got to have, like, what is it? What you call what you got?
What?
When you're thinking all different ways.
ADHD?
Yeah, you can't hide that out when you post. No, you can't.
Yeah, you got to, everything that I do.
Just focus.
Yeah, I don't care where you see me. All of it is leading you towards something, right? And it's the overall message and mission is to keep people free. But while I'm doing that work, because I'm passionate about, I was able to free myself. And I encourage everybody out here to understand that if you just start creating something today, it don't got to be social media either. If you got any type of whatever you want, just start today. If it's a post today, if it's an actual, I'm going to research for 30 minutes today. I'm going to actually save $100 today so I can get this. Start today. One step of consistent progress daily you'll be a world apart a year from now, but you got to do it consistently. And what I mean by that is January 23rd, my house burned down. Everything to the brick, the same house we sitting in now. While my house was burning down, I'm making a post. I was paralyzed from the fire because I fell, injured my neck, had zero use in my left arm. My brothers had to come pull.
They're witness to that.
People telling me, bruh, stop posting. You got to give yourself mental. I'm still posting.
In the RV.
Now we living in an RV, sleeping on a converted dining room table. It sleep 8, but listen, now I find out my wife pregnant. Pressure. I didn't stop posting one time because the mission don't change based on what I feel or what's going on in the moment. The fact of what I'm focusing on, that freedom is not, that's there. And if I stop, then it's going to take me longer to get there. And in certain lanes where you at, you lose momentum, you're out back. So for everybody that was out there in these streets, because again, I'm not going to make it all about social media because I was talking about technology. Learn AI. Learn the internet. Learn to be a voice for yourself for whatever you're doing. I don't care if you got a t-shirt business or what, you got to get out there and promote yourself. I don't care if you want to work a 9 to 5. You got to be able to present yourself. You know what I'm saying? The same ferocity and vicious, all that stuff used to be out there in the streets, and the same go get it at mentality. I used to be, when I was home, before I went to prison, I was up every morning at 5 a.m. so I could be at the block by 6. So I could catch them before they went to work. Now I'm up at 3 and I done already posted 4 times.
So no, hold on. I wanted to get back because I know you was trying to reach your point, so I'm gonna drag you back.
Drag me back because I get to going.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag you back.
I get to going.
Because you was explaining and you was going there, but you went away again.
Mm-hmm.
You touched on the fact that how people in the streets is scared to get on the internet, but you ain't scared to do some of these things to take you to prison.
Yes. So listen, man. I'm not.
And I want to speak something similar to that though. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I ain't gonna say a name, but I'm gonna say the truth. There was an individual that laughed at me. A friend of mine, still a friend of mine. Said, "Bro, you tripping? You on the internet, man? That's that kid stuff." Exactly what he said to me. I said, "Well, what I'm supposed to do, man?" I said, "I'm working on the garbage truck." I say, and I see all these people on the internet just creating content, traveling, working from their phone. They ain't got to be on the truck or in the warehouse no more. What I'm supposed to do? He said, "Man, you better do what I do." And I ain't gonna say what he was doing, but what I'm gonna tell you is now he's sitting in prison for 65 more years after he came home after doing 7. So one of the same, and we talk about it, and I told him I'm gonna use it as an example. He said, "Go ahead." I'm just gonna spare his name, but he laughed at me because he said the internet was crazy. Bruh, because he's so focused on stereotyping. Oh, you 40, you ain't supposed to do all this, whatever, used to be in the. And then he went to the streets and he gone forever. You understand that? That's the reality of the situation. In order for us to really, there's a lot of stuff going on. In order for you to really be free, you got to take some leaps and do some new things and get outside the same boxes you was in, or you can possibly end up back in the same box. What were you about to say?
Let me say this, man. Do not. I'm gonna get close. Do not. You just come home. Not worry about what somebody else think that you supposed to have coming home.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Because you know what's going to happen? It's going to start messing with your ego.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have a car. I'm supposed to have this. I'm going to give y'all some examples. I was working. I was making I think it was like $14.50 at the time. I was working for a company that's out of business right now. And this guy calls me up, and we just having a conversation. So he was like, "Yo, what type of car you drive?" I said, "I don't have a car yet." Like, what? Been home about a year, ain't you, bro? I'm like, yeah. He said, "Why you ain't got no car yet?" I said, "He won't right. And you gotta get a car." And he's pumping this at me. You gotta get a car because you can't get where you need to be at. To be honest, man, my job home number like 5 minutes away. I walk to work, or I rode a bike to work. But he was saying these things to me.
I see you, Joyride.
And then later on, probably some months down the line, he said the same thing. And I said, "Well, bro, I don't have a car, but I got an 800 credit score. I don't have a car, but I own a house. And I still have my credit is high. So if I really wanted to get one, I would. But I didn't let him put that in my head that I'm supposed to have these things because I can't. No, I'm supposed to have what I want right now. If I want to get one, then I will.
That's
right
freedom.
now, I don't want one. I'm good."
Yeah, that's freedom.
See, what tends to happen is we start listening to friends and family members when we come home. They get to doing this whispering in your ear. "Hey, look, man, go and do this. Oh, no, go and do that." And then when you start let's say you want to get on the internet, they're going to start saying, "What you playing on the internet for?"
Yeah.
Every time I turn around, you on Facebook. Every time I turn around, you posting videos. Why you ain't at work? So,
bro, I'm going to tell you.
You got to love you and do what you need to do for you. What make you comfortable.
Some of the wildest stuff that be happening to me is when some of the same people that were, laughing at the internet or whatever, now they trying to figure out how to get on. And I was trying to put on everybody alone, and I still am. Some of them, listen.
Are they listening?
That's the thing. And back to what I was saying, it takes that discipline and consistency. That's the other thing. a lot of us were disciplined enough not to sit down during account time. A lot of us were disciplined enough to make sure our cells were compliant and in order so we didn't get no charge in the morning. A lot of us were disciplined enough to make sure our shirt was tucked in our jeans when we walked out on the boulevard and our ID clip here so we didn't get a charge. But we not disciplined enough. We used to be so disciplined in prison, we would work out for an hour. You would 15 of your hours in prison would be based off discipline.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cuss today. Or I'm not gonna eat for 3 days. Or I'm gonna tell y'all something. What else was crazy? Nah, I seen some people do that. So I'm gonna tell y'all something else. And I have no problem with nobody saying what they want to eat when they come home. You can eat whatever you want to eat. And if you choose not to eat it, it's cool. But the thing about it is, I had a brother he's not here anymore. He's back in the inside. And he joked me because I said, I'm about to go get some noodles. Yeah, man, we don't eat that stuff no more. I said, what are you talking about? They didn't start making this.
Grew up off noodles, man.
Now?
Grew up off them noodles, man.
They didn't make noodles for you to eat it now.
They be tripping.
But you would tell me we not doing that no more, but you begin to start doing the same thing that got you in there from the start. So you clowning me because I want to eat a noodle, but you ain't clowning yourself for putting yourself back in that same predicament.
No, that's the reality.
And that's what we do.
I've had people, and I want to be as much, but I got to tell my story, right? And I'm going to be transparent, but I'm going to be as respectful I am. But I've had people that, laughed at the work that I was doing on here, and then year or whatever later called me because they need assistance. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I still don't help or whatever. It's just a simple fact. Now I got to deal with the thought that you was laughing at my grind. But now you want the same grind that you was laughing at to help bail you out. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always an easy decision. Because, again, sometimes it be the closest people that's laughing at you, or they just don't believe in what you got going on because they can't see it, or because they never tried themselves to live a different type of movement or a different type of life. Nathaniel, I see you. Right? So you have those people too. They ain't even doing it on purpose. They just naysayers. They just negative Nancy's or whatever you call it. You ever hear, you bring something, you excited, you come up with something, you bring it to them, they like, oh, okay.
That's cool. Right. That's cool. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, pick your grind and let it be a grind. My hope and prayer is that it's a grind that's gonna free you. Now again, like Jan said, I know people that's totally content. They love working at a warehouse and making whatever they make, $2,000 a week. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Like, they don't mind working 50 hours of that. Me, I don't like to work for nobody. So I had to work on doing that right there. It took a lot of work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is that in your mind is actual freedom, not some preconditioned thought of it, not something that was fed to you, not something that society dictates that should be your freedom, but actually what is freedom to you. I knew that freedom to me meant, and it's crazy, y'all. I promise you, before I knew my son was on the way, in faith or whatever, I ain't gonna go all the way over there. I told my wife, I'm working hard so when we have a kid, I can wake up and be with my kid every day. Or don't work till 7 p.m. at night if we need to, or what. And I fought hard for that, never knowing if that moment was gonna come. But I prepared the environment for it to come. And then it came, and isn't it a beautiful thing? Y'all don't even know, man. To go from solitary confinement for over 3 years, making 27 cents an hour, 7 years, ain't seen nobody from the outside. Everybody left you but your mama. You in they telling you they ain't gonna give you no mail, they don't give you no phone. And then you come home and you chase your dream, and then you make it pop off. And then here's the thing to all my youngins, right? A lot of y'all listen to music, and it's like, I don't know if I used to be listening to rap music. Still do. And now I'm not talking about like the negative, the negative, I guess, parts of rap music would be my old life. But I'm talking about like when I hear the dudes talking about getting on a plane, new city, all this stuff, whatever they're saying, I really feel it because I'm living that, like in real life. And I don't talk about that a lot, but I need people to know that it's real. Like, I need you to know that you can build a team. You could do whatever you want to do, and y'all could just take over the whole world, man, when it comes to that idea you have. But you got to take the step, man. And you got to also know that nobody's going to give you nothing. Don't expect support to come from your people. I'm not saying they will or won't, but if they do, it's going to fade away quick because they got lives to live. Ain't nobody going to keep buying t-shirts from you or going to your school or going to your restaurant just because they family. No, they like other food and clothing too. They don't have to shop with you. They don't have to support you. But the beautiful thing is if you stick to your grind and you don't shy away from that, organically you start to find your people, right? Automatically what happens is the people that out there that you never met, like all of y'all that's rocking with us right now, this natural and organic, right? Y'all not here because you have to. You're here because you like, yo, this joint all right. They talking about at least something today. So now the chances of you remembering this conversation increases, and then y'all might stick around, follow, engage, comment, bring the questions. But the goal is find your freedom, set your compass that way, and that's how you find your people too. You just head that way. You're gonna lose some people.
Yeah, on the way.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Let me talk about that because
I ain't know. I feel like we should. Did you lose anybody since you've been home since 2020, or have you had to make any?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'm when I gravitate, or people gravitate to me, and I gravitate. Mm-hmm. I have, for some reason, locked on to a lot of genuine people. A lot of genuine people that kind of they are basically the same thing I am. Like, a few people I know that I'm really cool with. They don't have 15, 20 people around them. It might be them and the lady and somebody else that they know.
Right.
They don't have a big huge circle. But I'm gonna tell you this: when you do have a big huge circle, what tends to happen is people will start falling off because they don't understand the grind. Yeah. Tony Yayo said he realized why 50 Cent was making more money than all of them around him.
I seen that clip.
Because he was doing more work.
I seen that clip, yeah.
He's doing more work. So what happens is a lot of people don't think that they're supposed to do the same or work as hard as you.
Right.
To have what you have. When they have to. If they're not working as hard as you, then what makes me think that I'm supposed to have the same thing that you have, and I'm not working the same amount of time? Yeah. So a lot of times, a lot of people think that, hey man, because we're cool, you're supposed to be able to do this, and that. Yeah. And not realizing that, you got things to do. A friend of mine, man, he's well off, and what happens is somebody gets in trouble, and he says, "Hey, look, man, I'm gonna put a large amount on your attorney, and I'm gonna back away." The individual's like, "No, I need more," and he said, "Man, this man don't know, man, that my expenses a month is almost up to $30,000. Yeah, I got a family. What do you want me to put up some more? Yeah, and you created this for yourself. Yeah. So now the person that's incarcerated don't deal with him no more because he feel like you supposed to be doing more. Yeah. When you was doing whatever you was doing, and you didn't save nothing for yourself. So the thing about it is, people just, instead of solidifying its own spot, they hoping that the person that's getting up every morning, losing sleep, almost losing their mind, supposed to save them. Yeah. And they probably ain't even in a position to do it.
No, that's and even if they would, like, it's not anybody's obligation to clean up your mess or like, people got their own families. They got like so many different layers and I guess what I was gonna say is I lost people because I stopped saying yes. And no, I'm not talking about money because I don't have no money to give away. I ain't on that. I got to work really hard every day. But I love doing what I do. But what I used to do every single day was I used to say yes to everybody. My phone rang over and over again. If I remember moving one of April's homegirls' whole apartment from the third floor. Like, I was crazy with it. Because I wanted to be there for everybody. I wanted to bring value back to society, to the people around me. It was my chance to be free. I could do things for people, all that. And what happened was